warm Friday to you. At least here where we are, it's a very warm day. It feels like summer. I hope you're doing well wherever you are, and that you're holding up okay in all of this craziness. I was going to play some old hymns today, but I think I'm going to save that for Monday because I've been thinking about something else that I'll be preaching a little bit about for the Sunday night service, but also just on my mind. I think one of the things that God's calling us to do and to be during this time is our best selves, and I know that God understands that's not always easy or possible, but I think that's partly why we connect here in this community, and why we do our daily inspirations, and why we gather in whatever ways we can for worship, because we believe that God intends for us to be our best selves. And for me today, that I just want to say a little bit about Ahmaud Arbery. Today would have been his 26th birthday, and he's the young African-American man who was shot and killed while jogging a couple months ago. He was chased down by two white men in a pickup truck with guns, and a lot of news about it recently. Those two men were arrested finally today, 2 months later, and what I've particularly been reflecting on is how I, as a comfortable, privileged, safe older white man can respond to something like this, or should respond to something like this. I've especially been very moved by two clergy sisters of mine, both of whom have had to have the talk with their sons who are African American, and one thing in particular that one of my friends wrote on her Facebook wall was that I'm going to paraphrase here and expand just a little bit, but that African American families see themselves in this story, and they think it could be any of our sons out jogging who this could happen to, whereas as white people tend to not see ourselves in the story. Tend to not think, well, those two guys look exactly like me. And that might be one definition of privilege, that we have the luxury of being able to say, well, I'm not like that. I'm not them. I don't know what to do with that other than just to say, I want to say I don't understand, and I certainly don't get what it must be like. I never had to talk to my boys about wearing hoodies or not jogging alone on a street in the middle of the day. But I think it's important to just say, to name it, that this is not how we want to be in this country. We don't want to be people who separate along lines of race or economics or politics. We want to be people who proclaim the truth that God created us all, and that God is a God who loves us all. And I don't want to just simply proclaim that as some easy slogan, but somehow proclaim it as the foundation of my faith. Anyway, just thinking a lot about that, and thinking how sad it must be to be realizing that Ahmad's 26th birthday has come and he's no longer with his mom and his dad and his family. So I'm going to play a couple songs that just reflect on that for me. And the first one's called "We Shall Not Be Moved." It's a protest song that is still sung a lot at poor people's campaign meetings and gatherings, and dates back a ways. The second song I'll play is called "Lift Every Voice and Sing," which is just a powerful anthem of the African American experience, the African American church. The last song I'll play is "We Shall Overcome." And so, wherever you are, I'm not asking you to believe what I believe, but I'm asking you to reflect on what it means to be connected with each other, not just with the each other that looks and thinks like us, but the each other that is suffering and still has to live in fear so much of the time. hope your weekend is blessed, that you're safe, that you stay healthy, and that you stay connected. Don't forget, we'll be together in worship on Sunday at 8:30 and 10, and crossing service at 5 o'clock, and I hope we see you there. No matter what the weekend brings, I hope it's good and brings you many blessings. Take care, and I'll see you again on Monday. Okay, bye.